What's going on YouTube? Welcome to Drive Talk Cars. My name is Ben, and today I have a flat tire. I said, well, let me go ahead and show my YouTube family how you change a flat tire on a 2017 Camaro LT. All right, there's a few things to know about jacking up the Camaro, especially the Gen 6. These cars have what is called a pinch weld. With a pinch weld, it pinches the welding together to form like, so if you have this, it comes off like this being the weld. So it comes off like that. So with a traditional jack, you cannot jack it up at that point. So with this particular type of vehicle, you have to have what is called a pinch weld adapter. I don't have one, but I did make one. So let me show you that. So what I did is I use a 2x4. So that's 2x4, cut it pretty small. The key element is this slit. The slit is where the pinch weld goes into it, like that. And then this rests on the frame and then you can jack it up. So you will have to have one of these, or you can make one. If you have a spare piece of 2x4, some type of wood, 2x4 is the ideal size, then you can use that to jack up your car. So you have a slit right there, and that's where the pinch weld goes inside. 2x4, nothing fancy. Ideally, you want to have an equal portion on both sides. That way, when it sits on the frame, it sits good. So you have even distribution. But this has worked for me. I've jacked the car up a few times, and this seems to do the job. So until this fails, I probably won't even buy an adapter. But anyway, this is what you need. All right, so we're gonna have to take the tire off. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take all 4 tires off and put on the original tires. This one we know is bad. I have another one that's in need of replacement, probably the other side too. So I'm just gonna take them all off. And that way I can show you how to do that. And I can have some tires that I can roll around with so I can still use the car while I'm getting these replaced. Being that these are 305s, they're not exactly the easiest tires to find. So I may not be able to just go to the store and get them. Especially with the COVID-19 going on, I don't know how long it would take before I could get a new pair. So I'm just going to replace all 4. All right, so what you need is some jack stands, the adapter, gloves, lug nut wrench, and a floor jack. So like I mentioned, you need the adapter. What I do is I put the adapter right in the middle. It fits pretty snug, and that way I can jack up on the pinch weld. And this turns so you can angle it how you need to. But let's go ahead and get started. So what you want to do first is break the bolts on the ground before you jack it up. I think it's a 19. Yes. So the bolts that I have are a 19 millimeter. Another tip is to make sure you engage the parking brake so it doesn't roll. So let me do that. Pulling it up engages the parking brake. Another little tip is to have a bar. This is from an old floor jack, so I use this as leverage because when you put this in here, sometimes they're on there tight. The key to more power is leverage. So I use this, put it in one of these, and it extends my pull to where I can have more leverage. And I try to angle it to where I have enough to push down but not bust my knuckles on the ground. All you're doing is just breaking them, so you're not trying to completely take them out. All right. You want to do that on the ground because when you have it jacked up, you pull in that hard, you might pull it off the jack or off the jack stand. So you want to have it on the ground before you break your bolts. And when I say break, I don't mean break them, I mean just loosen them up. We don't pull them all the way out. We wait till we jack it up and then we can unscrew them, get the tire off. All right, here we go. Let's jack it up. All right, so this right here is the pinch wheel. All of this. So being that the jack is flat, you need this adapter so the pinch wheel can fit into this, and then it jacks up on this. So that's what we're doing. And we're jacking right in front of the tire. So here's the tire. We're jacking right here and lifting up on that. That's the frame. So now that you have it off the ground, you can go ahead and take your lug nuts out and remove the tire. All right, the reason why it was flat is because there was a nail in the tire. I'm not sure if this can be fixed. It might can be patched. I don't know. But the tires are actually still pretty good. There's wear marks here and they stick up a little bit, and if it's flat, then you know that it is time to change. Oh wow, look like there's another nail in here as well. So I don't know, you might just have to replace the tire. All right, so let's put the old one back on and see what we have. I might have to jack the car up, or maybe not. All right, so what I like to do is use my legs to lift it up and get it onto the lug nuts. Then I just screw all the lug nuts back on. Now, before I drop it to the ground, I tighten the bottom one first, and that way it's sitting up and where it's supposed to be, versus tighten the top one. But I don't tighten it all the way, I just tighten it where it sit on there. See how it kind of adjusted there? Maybe it didn't. All right, so obviously we're not gonna get it super tight on the jack, because like I said, you gotta have it on the ground to really get that force to tighten it all the way, because you don't want it to fall off the jack. All right, go ahead and drop it now. Get your adapter. All right, now we can go ahead and tighten it up. I like to go in a up, down, left, right, and over pattern. One down, 3 more to go. All right, so we have done the back rim. Now I'm gonna do the front, and then I'll do the other 2, and then we'll do a review of how it looks with the old rims. Haven't seen them in probably 2 years, so let's see how it goes. So we do the same thing as we did in the back. Find an open spot, usually right behind the front wheel and right in front of the back wheel, and we jack it up. Make sure you don't have it on any of the side skirts or the plastic, or you will break it. All right, as you can see, I got the tires on. Wasn't that bad. So it's interesting seeing the original factory rims on there. Like I said, I haven't seen them in about 2 years. It's pretty different. It's amazing how the car changes with just changing out the wheels. But we're gonna try to get the other ones fixed, get the new tires, and then I may put them back on, or might have a surprise and I might sell them and get some new ones. I don't know. But that was it. Hope you got some value from this video on how to change your tires out. Primarily how to jack up your Camaro Gen 6, because of that pinch wheel, it makes it a little different than the normal just picking a jack up spot and jacking it up. So, till next time, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, as well as click that subscribe button and the notification, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks.